Good morning. Hello. How you doing? Today is Tuesday. Thank you for joining me. My name is Tina Kvergich, and I'm a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, otherwise known as Northern Stamper. Thank you for joining me. Comment below that you're here. Give me a hello. And I am located just east of Toronto in Ajax, so let me know if you're new or whether you tune in every week. I'd love to find out. And today we are going to continue on with some of our fancy folds using the lovely and lasting stamp set and punch. You're going to need the punch today. We are going to be doing some stuff with that. So looking forward to that. Today, what a glorious day today is. It's very sunny. I don't know about you. Yesterday, did you get some rain? We got tons of rain, so hopefully you didn't get washed out. So as I mentioned, I'm a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and we are going to be doing some items from the annual catalog. Whoop, there it is, annual catalog. If you do not have a catalog, this one, which is the mini catalog, totally filled with holiday stamps and great ideas, comment below. I'd be happy to send one out to you. As long as you're located in Canada, I can do that. If you're located in the US, just comment, and I can't ship to the US, but you know what? Follow along and let's make some cards. Anyways, so if you have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to sign up for some of my multitude of classes coming up. I've got Takeaway Tuesdays coming up for September. Packages are ready to go, and we are using Bottled Happiness. What a great set. So I had to show you one of the cards. This is not what we're creating, but it kind of shows you one of the items that you can make with that. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? Just love it. Bottled Happiness. Great, great set. I was kind of, because of the rain, I was kind of just working away with some of my cards, and I wanted to show you one of the cards I made. So is this one. Very cool. And as you open it up, there you go. You can see. Isn't that great? This is Happiness in Bloom, and this, I just cut out these flowers from the designer series paper. Actually, this is really, really simple to make, and I had a lot of fun. So let's get started with the lovely and lasting bundle. We got a fancy fold card to make, so you're going to need your items, and I'm going to show you as we get onto the workspace what you're going to need. All right, so I got a new setup, so let's try this. Good morning, Janice. I'm glad I could see you. All right, let's see if this would work. Okay, hold on. Yep. One. Oh my gosh, I'm upside down. And okay, wow. Hold on, we're almost there. Is this working? Oh, yep. All right, I've tried a new setup, and apparently this is not as easy as last time. Oh, there we go, getting a little better. Make sure you don't slide around. Oh, you can't even see the workspace. Oh no. Okay, so let's give it a little try here. Bear with me, I might go back to my old stuff. Alrighty, there we go. Setting it up. Sometimes it's a little bit of convincing the camera to do what you want it to do. So let's see what we got here. I want to try and bring you in a little bit closer so that you can see. Oh my dear, I'm having issues. Okay, next week we're going back to the regular stuff. Okay, there we go. As I mentioned, my name is Tina Kvergich, Northern Stamper. If you have any questions, drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. All right, are you ready? So some of the inks, I don't know what you wanted to use, but I'm going to be using a variety. Bermuda Bay, I'm not sure, maybe Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, Polished Pink. I've just grabbed a few of my ink pads for today, so just to let you know. Okay, and from your package, what you are going to be pulling out is a little piece of that beautiful sparkly white ribbon. I love this. You should have a nice long piece because we're going to be doing quite a bit with that. Good morning, Gail. Glad you could join us. So very sparkly, looks fantastic. So you need your ribbon. Okay. And you are going to need, there is a piece of basic white. If you do not have basic white and it's missing, I do apologize. You need a piece of basic white, a scrap paper to do some stamping and some sentiments on. So you got that. And you need 2 of the, I believe these are, they are the pool party card bases that come in your package. All right, so let me know if you're ready. Give me a thumbs up and we can get started. You're gonna love this. This is gonna turn out really, really cool. I kind of designed this myself, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so we have our 2 pieces, and the first thing that we're going to do is that we are going to be gluing down the 2 card bases together, so one on top of the other, and I'm going to leave just a smidgen so that these cards can close. So this one on the left can close, and let's glue that down onto the other one. Okay, so I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus. Okay, I'm going to line it up with the other card base. There we go. And so that now I have like 3 panels there. 1, 2, 3. And as I close it, 1, 2. Okay, so that's the way we want it to go. The next thing that we're going to do is that we are going to be doing some punching. We're going to take our punch, all right, and we're going to do 2 punches. Now the first one, I'm going to slip it in and I'm going to line it up. So I'm going to use the edge of this punch as I look down to line it up. So I'm going to take it over right to the edge on the front panel. So you got your front panel. Going to line it up. You can see just barely that it's lined up. Okay, and I'm just going to punch that out, right? Very simple. You can always hold on to this for something a little later, or add a sentiment on this side, but looks very pretty, doesn't it? So we got one punched out one side. And what we're going to do is we're going to open it up, and we're going to do another punch, but we're going to do it in a different location. And I'm going to do the exact same thing, but a little higher. Line it up. I'm going to line it up. There we go. Maybe I'll make it a little lower. And there we go. I'm going to punch. So when I close it, so I still have this one on the front, but there's the one over here on the second page. All right? So that is all we're going to do at the moment with this. I'm going to place this off to the side, and we are going to get our basic white. So this is just a scrap of basic white. And what we're going to do is with the Lovely and Lasting, I'm going to take some of this flower, and it will go on the front of the card. Now, depending, you may want to do tone on tone, or you may want to do a different color. I'm not sure. I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to take something a little vibrant. I'm going to take this polished pink and see what happens. So let's get our flower onto a block. Now, if you want to see what size to use, just lay it on top, very easy. And I only need really the most of that flower. I don't need the whole thing, so I'm going to use this one block. Okay, I'm going to place it on. Oh, actually, let's get a bigger block just in case, just to make sure it fits all the way on. And you can see that it fits nicely on this block, and this is block number, they all have numbers on it. This is block number E, you can see on the side there. And you always want to have a block that is the correct size for your stamp. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my polished paint, because this is a little larger, I'll stamp on top, take the stamp, and stamp onto the image. Make sure it's well stamped, well inked up. Okay, this is a very simple card. You could do this with any kind of basic cardstock that you have. And I am just going to stamp on here. Okay, there we go. Looks great. And now I'm just going to cut this out. I'm going to fussy cut this out. Fussy cutting, it just means with just the scissors, and I'm just going to go around just like kind of driving a car. Going to be moving the paper with the scissors. So I hope you're having a really great day. I know summer is coming to an end. I've seen some of the leaves starting to change, which seems kind of odd in August, but it is on its way, and soon the kids will be back in school and everything will hopefully be back to normal in the world. Okay, and before you know it, it'll be Christmas time and time to send out Christmas cards. How many of you actually start early making Christmas cards? Depending on how many you send out, you may have to start earlier than you think. I know I have a friend, Jennifer, she starts her Christmas cards in June because she has quite a few to send out. And she does a little bit every month, and by the time it's time for mailing, she's all ready. What a great idea Jennifer has, just doing a few every month, and then she gets done. So let's keep going on this. Don't forget to be part of my mailing, because I will be soon sending out my Christmas cards. You don't want to miss that. And I do have been, actually I sent out Happy Mail this week, and let me know, comment below if you received it. Okay, so I just cut that out. There we go. Let's trim it up. Okay, here we go. Janice works on Christmas cards all year round. I think that's a really smart idea. This way you don't get caught with your pants down, or shall I say your tinsel down. All right, so what I'm going to do now, as you can see, it fits really nice, kind of overlapping a little bit where that hole is. Now, if I want, I can, when I glue it down, I can either just punch out and like lay it on. Hold on, where's my punch? If I want, I can cut off those pieces by just slipping in the punch and punching out the rest if I want. Okay, but what I'm going to do is with the rest, since I was stamping, let's get the next piece ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp an image from the punch, like this really nice one, and I'm going to set a sentiment in. So let's get that going. And remember, when you place your image on the block, don't pull it because you don't want it out of shape. So let it naturally sit the way it wants to. So let's see. I am going to use Pool Party for the edge around. Okay. Oh, Gail's been making Christmas cards too. Oh, good for you. You don't want to get caught with your tinsel down. Santa won't like that. So I got that stamped in there. And I'm going to punch this out. And then we'll add a sentiment to it. Or you can add a sentiment and then punch it out. It's up to you. Now, we're going to need to do 2 of these. So if you don't have enough with what's left over, just grab another piece of basic white. Just from your stock, and just make a second one. So we need 2. Okay, so I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do another one. Same thing with the Pool Party, and I'm going to punch that out also. Now we can decide, are we going to make it in a different color for our sentiment? Are we going to make it in the same color? Are we going to do it in black? Doesn't matter. It is totally up to you. So let's see. You know what? I think this might look really cool with a polished pink sentiment. So let's see what sentiment I have in here. Oh, hello. That looks kind of cute. I think I like that. I haven't used that for a while. Let's add a sentiment to 1. Okay, let's add that. Okay, this is a really simple card. Okay, oh hello. I say that to my cat all the time. Doesn't seem to answer, but that's okay. And I'm going to add the happy birthday. I'm going to make this a happy birthday one, and I'm going to use the happy birthday from the inside. And we'll add that, and again in the polished pink. There we go. Ink that up nicely. Now this stamp set comes with a lot of very interesting kind of little designs if you haven't taken a look. So there's some little dots you could add. Love that. You can add these little swirls or the little flowers. We haven't used this little swirly thing too much, so let's give that a try. Okay, and we're going to add that. And again, onto my block. And I don't want it to stand out like the polished pink, so I'm going to go back to the pool party, and I'm going to ink it up and put it on top. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look fantastic? Oh, I am absolutely in love. I'm going to turn it around and do the bottom. Oh, that looks great. Oh my gosh, I'm very happy. Oh, wow. And you know what? Let's see what we got here. There's a little flower. I'm so excited. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm going to use the little flower here. Why not? Where'd it go? Sometimes you can't see things for... Oh, this is so exciting. And let's add the little flower to the happy birthday. Oh my gosh, look at that. That looks great. Is it your birthday coming up this month? Let me know. Maybe I can mail this card out to you. You're going to love it. All right, we got our sentiments, our 2 sentiments. You're wondering, why do we have 2 sentiments? All right, are you ready? Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take the 1 sentiment that belongs on the front. Remember I said, oh, hello. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if you're going to see, it lays right in front. And as you pull it through, there, that's where you want it to sit. Okay? So we're going to close the card. I'm going to add my adhesive. You can add dimensionals if you want. And I'm just going to kind of lay it in that spot that we cut out, so I know it's perfectly done. And I'm going to kind of pull it through the card, so it sits perfect on where it should be. Okay. Amy did 59 cards for long-term care last year. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. What a lovely idea. I'm sure they would love it. You know, that's a fantastic idea. We should all do something as kind as Amy has done. Fantastic. All right, for the inside, we're going to do the exact same thing. See, there's the white spot there. We're going to add our adhesive. Okay. And I'm going to lay it down right in there on the inside. And I'm going to push it through. There we go. So it's in the right spot. Look at that. Right in the right spot. So they can open it up, and there it is. So we got 1, 2. Now we are not done, all right? So this is where some of the tricky part comes in. Are you with me? Give me a thumbs up so I know I haven't lost you, okay? And we're all still together, okay? This is what we're going to do next. Now, when you look, I gave you a long piece of ribbon, and this is what we're going to need it for, okay? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, we are good. Okay, we're going to take our card, and we're going to put our ribbon across here, but we're not wrapping it around the whole card. What we're going to do is we're going to open the card a little bit, take out this piece, like move it out of the way, okay, and close it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snips, and I'm going to make a very, very small little V shape. I'm going to imagine the ribbon coming across. A very small V shape, very, very tiny. Okay, so we're going to make a little hole, very tiny. You can barely see it, so it's like a little notch out of there. Okay, so there you go. You can see it inside. And because we made such a tiny little cut, we can actually thread through our ribbon. I'm going to take that as just like sewing and go through that little hole, and we're going to pull it through. Okay, we're going to keep that straight and pull it through. Keep pulling. There we go. And dependent on where you want this to lay is where you're going to cut it. Now, I'm not going to cut it right now because we want to add that pretty flower to the front. Remember, we had our flower? So I'm going to close it up, open it, and now I'm going to close it because I want to see, I want to put my flower down. Where's it going to fall? I don't want it to cover the sentiment, so I'm going to go a little higher. I can go completely higher and then cut this off, which I think I'm going to do. See, it still clears the card. And I'm going to place this on dimensionals. You're more than welcome to just glue it straight down. It is up to you, but I'm going to add some dimensionals because I love to give my cards some depth and some design. All right, there we go. And I'm doing it around the middle, not on the edge here where the bottom is where I'm going to be cutting off. So just so you know. So I want it to stick nicely. I don't want it to move, so I've added 5 pieces dimensional. A little bit more than I normally do, but I want to make sure that it sticks for sure. Okay, so now I'm going to place this back on, and I'm going to have a little bit of the stem hanging off. Now, I don't, you know what, that's very fine. You could leave it that way. See, it looks great. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my punch. You know what, love this punch. And I'm going to line it up. Okay, line it up. Okay, I love punches. Every time Stampin' Up! Comes out with a punch, I've got to get it. And I'm punching exactly the hole that I did the first time. So really what I'm cutting off is the stem here, okay? Now I got my long piece of ribbon. Doesn't that look fantastic? I just love it. I've got my long piece of ribbon. Make sure it's nice and flat, okay? And I'm going to wrap it around. Now you can make your bow on this side or on this side, or if you want, you can tuck it underneath so it goes underneath it. I think I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make a bow right about here. So I know to cut off some of my ribbon because we're going to use some of it again, the rest of it. And let's make a little bow. And actually, because I want my bow to sit really nice, I'm not going to tie the ribbon itself. I'm going to take my convincing dots. Some people call them glue dots, but you know, I like to rename them convincing dots because I convince them on where to sit. And I'm going to put a little dot right there for one layer to sit down. And I'm going to push it down and pull it through, right, carefully. And I'm going to bring it back over, and where the 2 pieces meet, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it a little longer so I can tuck it under the flower. Get my little glue dot. Okay, glue dots, fantastic. Can't live without them. All right. This is a really simple card. It may look difficult, but really it's not. Just take it step by step, and I'm going to tuck that under just in case. So now I can decide where I want to put the bow, but I think I'm going to stick it right there. So now the ribbon's nice and flat. I have this piece, and now I can make a really nice bow, and it will sit nice and flat as instead of me working with that ribbon there. I know some people, they make the bow with the ribbon on the card, but I think it sits better if you cut it and then kind of make your bow and then glue it on. It sits a little bit nicer. So let's do that. Sometimes it needs a little twisting and convincing. There we go. Don't we all need some convincing sometimes? Some husbands more than others, but that's okay. All right, so we got our bow. I love this ribbon. I have like 6 rolls of this stuff. I think it's fantastic. And I'm going to lay it here. And again, with another glue dot, I'm going to convince it on where it wants to stay. Let's place it down. Okay. And on top, there we go. Now I'm going to angle the ribbons a little bit. This one's kind of hanging off a little bit. So let's angle that. This one I'm going to keep a little longer. Oh, that looks great. Love it. If you have any embellishments such as gems, maybe you want to put them on the front here. Let's see. I got some that are left over. I could just easily do that. I just grabbed something from my little bin there. Honestly, I didn't even look. I just grabbed. So I wanted to show you that doesn't matter really what. Everything with Stampin' Up! Matches. I think it's fantastic. You can't go wrong. So we'll just put another one on down here. There we go. And should we do another one? 1, 2, 3. That's okay. Oh my gosh, look how that's coming together. And you know what? If I really want, what have I got here? Hey, look, there's a gem. Let's put that on top. We'll do double embellishments. Oh, look at that. 2 different embellishments on a card. Why not? Who says we can't do that? All right, we are not done, ladies. Don't think yet. We are done. All right. So we have designed and done the outside of the card. You know what? Add a little bit of Wink of Stella to some of this flower. I love Wink of Stella. It's like a little paintbrush. $11, man. Can't go wrong. This thing's been going forever. Oh, look at that. I think this Wink of Stella I bought maybe 4 years ago, and it's still going. I can't believe it. Holy cow. Use it for everything. Remember, always dab. Dab, dab, dab. Don't kind of brush too hard, otherwise you smudge the ink that you're using. Okay, oh my goodness, look at that outside. Is it not sparkly or what? Okay, let's look at the inside, because let's add a little bit here. We have some ribbon left over. Now you got your choice. You can add it this way, you can add it this way, you can add it this way, you can add a little bow. Let's add a little bow to the happy birthday, okay? Just as a little surprise for the inside. Again, we're going to make the little bow, pull it back, okay? And it's already sitting flat, so when we close the card, it won't pull up too much on the inside. So it is sitting very nicely. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna add that right there. There we go. So see how it lays nice and flat. This ribbon is fantastic, and you may even have some left over that you could add some more if you like. Again, we can add some little embellishments, just grabbing something and add it to the inside. Who says we can't add embellishments to the inside of a card, huh? All right. 1, 2, oh, let's put it right on the flower. And 3, there we go. Okay. And so when they open up the card, there we go. You can have your sentiment, you can have money, you can have whatever you like on the inside. So there we go. Very simple card using the punch. Love the punch. What a great deal. You don't want to let this go. It is a great bundle. Once this is out of the catalog, it is no longer a bundle. So you definitely want to save your 10% and get the punch with it. A punch, anytime you see a stamp set with a punch, grab it, because you know what? There is so much more that you can do with it than you can think. So very simple. What a fantastic card. Look at that. I just randomly grabbed a color, and look how well they all fit together. One thing about Stampin' Up, everything matches. Ribbons, inks, papers. My gosh, what a great card that turned out to be. Way better than my original template. Also, keep one sample of your card so that you can keep this for the future and just replicate it with something else. Like this would make also a great Christmas card. Use some designer series paper or some cardstock. Do the same idea, and there is a very cool type of Christmas card. Keep them. At least keep one for yourself, or picture and some dimensions. I always like to slip the dimensions inside and keep them. So let me know, what do you think of this card? I just love it. I think the colors are fantastic. The Lovely and Lasting bundle is great. Don't forget to pick it up. Let me know if you would like to purchase it. Gotta tell you, punches are the way to go. There's so much you can do with this. Maybe I'll post some pictures or some videos in my community page on other things you can do with just a punch. All right? So ladies, I hope you enjoyed this card, and I would love to see what colors you chose to make yours. Don't forget to have a lovely day. Any questions, drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com. Until next time, ladies, have a lovely day, and I'll see you here next week at 10 o'clock. Bye-bye.